Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony. And join with me today are the other three Mario Karters in my Grand Prix. Fellas, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting with Jared.
What's going on, guys? Armos checking in. I gotta say mine would be Bowser. I've always been a Bowser fan from the very beginning, even all the way up to the newest Mario Kart racing. Dan, what about yourself?
Wow, heavy carts. I see you. Hello, everybody. My name is Dan. I play Minnis PebbleWalker, your tiny little swarm keeper ranger. And I am definitely the orange Yoshi in a bitty buggy with the azure roller wheels. Your try-hard Mario Karter of this podcast.
Why does that sound like such a meta setup?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
The people that know will know.
Let me check the tier list. Hold on. Yeah, that's an S rating. It's an S rating.
All right, Alec, what about you?
My name is Alec. I play Drell of the Ashborn, and the main Mario Kart I play still to this day is Nintendo 64s, and I'm an Insta-lock on Toad. I'm a Toad guy.
Oh,
nice.
Especially like the battle game type when you have the little balloons and you got to race around and shoot each other. Yep. That's like my favorite one.
All right,
the one where it's like the big block maps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us a Toad impression real quick. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I don't know what sound it makes. I'm not gonna lie. No.
There we go. That's the energy I like to hear.
There you go.
Tony.
Oh, well, I totally forgot. My combo characters would have to be, my name is Tony. Yeah, I'm going to go with the double dash combo, and I'm just going to go with Yoshi and Donkey Kong, because those are my two favorite Mario
I already said
characters.
Yoshi, so you got to do a different...
You said orange Yoshi. I said green Yoshi. Green Yoshi.
You said orange Yoshi.
No, it's still a Yoshi, though.
There's like a million Yoshis.
Pick a different second character. I said Yoshi.
No, you can't. That's like saying Lemmy and Larry Koopa are the same, dude. You can't. No.
Donkey Kong and
I'm on Tony's side about this. I'm normally not on Tony's side, but I am on Tony's side with this. Orange Yoshi and green the OG Yoshi are completely different characters.
Double Dash, best Mario Kart.
It really is.
If I was going Double Dash, it would definitely be Petey Piranha and King Boo in the pipe cart.
I forgot about Petey Piranha. All right, now you know the deal. Before we give you the recap, we're going to give you the rundown. And today's rundown is brought to you by Daniel.
It's me. And you know what this... Wait.
Nice.
I got to add
It's
Laura.
me.
It's me,
I'm a
Daniel.
It's me. And before I go into the rundown, I do want to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Alara Dawnstar. Alara Dawnstar is a wonderful human being in our Discord that is also an NPC. If you have, of course, reached this point, you know the deal. You know who Alara is. And if you want to learn more about why she is sponsoring this episode, Alara Dawnstar, Alara Dawnstar, Alara Dawnstar. If you say it 3 times, she appears, and Laura, get the fuck out of here. Anyways, if you want to learn more about how to become a sponsor, please go on over to patreon.com/DND404 and check out the tiers we got available. That's right. Patreon.com/DND404. All right. Nice, quick rundown. Tony, you know what to do.
Now you know the deal. We're going to go ahead and roll for the recap, where I rolled my giant rubber foam D4 that's been half eaten by my bunnies, and I can't find it. I don't know where it is, actually.
What?
I see it right now. It's behind the white dice.
Oh,
I'm really good at Where's Waldo. Okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take the dice and then throw it against all the spoilers that are on your dry erase board, and then go from... For those who are obviously listening, he has a bunch of stuff written about the current campaign on his dry erase board.
I love how Tony picked it up before I could say no, re-roll it because it was out of screen.
It was a 3.
He was not going to give me the chance. I had a feeling it was going to be me too.
Where I'm number 1, 2 is Alec, 3 is Dan, and 4 is Jared, by the way. Forgot to say.
Did we miss that?
What?
Did we miss that?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I just fucking chucked it on my whiteboard. Those are last session's notes, by the way.
Pretty great.
Hi, matey. Welcome back to the recap. Last time on DND404, our scallywags were floating in the ocean. A big explosion destroyed the ship, it did. Oh, they didn't even get a chance to walk the plank as a big tentacle monster hit the remote. I don't know why Tony is asphyxiated.
All right.
Sorry, I was reading his notes on his board. Fixated on tentacle monsters, but he is. Before we came out of the water, there was a dream. No. Armos found himself in a vision. No. In a realm, he saw Reginald again. It's been a while, but he talked to him for the first time in, maybe 3 days, actually. Not that long. But it was good to see him again, and maybe there's a way we can get him out of there. After finally getting situated on the sloop, Minnis and Armos got right back safe where they belonged. Just as they did that, though, they saw Drell get scooped up by a big rock. Not a rock creature, no, a rock bird that carried him away screaming. They went through the wreckage and found Scarrow still alive, who joined their adventure begrudgingly. They made it back to the boat, and after many hours of screaming and yelling at each other, actually it's probably more like 10 minutes of yelling at each other and getting one over on each other and charming each other and going down, fixing the boat and talking about their backstories and Minnis being basically like the evil version of him. Then they talked to the plant, this forest tree creature humanoid that they found amongst the wreckage, and they learned that he came from the Riverwood Forest, helped fix their boat, and they made their way back to find Drell, but not before fighting big old Scarface, the shark. I wanted to get one over on that shark for years, but they took care of it in 2 blows. Took me 5 years and lost 2 legs trying to chase it, and they just took care of it. Anyways, why don't you roll that sea shanty bard?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is D&D 404. Fellas, boyos, welcome to session 104, where we pick up back on the Evertone Sea. The 3 of you are on your sloop, and by the 3 of you, I mean Minnis, Armos, and Captain Scarrow, who's currently playing ball and assisting you temporarily by a force of hand, if you will. And the 3 of you are currently tracking down Drell, who was just captured after the wreckage of Captain Scarrow's ship and taken away by a giant bird, also known as a rock, ROC. And that nest is high up, perched on a giant rock formation. The rock is on a bunch of rocks, yes. And currently, Drell is in the middle of a giant birdie's nest with all these little baby giant birds with their cracked eggshells scattered around, and they look hungry, yet somewhat friendly. Drell, you are currently in the middle of this giant nest. You are looking around. Your talkie-torchy keeps going off from Minnis and Armos trying to get in touch with you. And if you recall about the talkie-torchies, those torches relay messages in their own loud, obnoxious voices, which awoken some of these birds. And when you're looking over in this giant nest, seeing that's made up of twigs, branches, and scattered ship rubble from destroyed ships and its debris, you notice that your sloop is returning and is nearby where Armos and Minnis are on. We're going to pick up today's session with Armos and Minnis sailing the boat up to the rock formation.
You see Minnis pouring the chest of gold into his cart. All right, Scarrow, now you go out first If you come back with us, help us out, I'll give you your gold back. And I kick the cart and it goes invisible.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Interesting piece of equipment.
All of it? Hold on. All of it? Hang on.
Well, how would you like me to climb, to ascend a flat rock perch?
Well, you don't have climbing gear?
No, it doesn't look like I have climbing gear. And he gestures to himself, and he's just in like pirate garb, this captain's outfit, and he just has his loot on.
All right, you got two options. You can borrow my climbing gear, or you can float with me and Sid.
Well, I'm not much of a climber. See, these hands are really meant for killing and stealing and thieving and love. And he looks at you again.
I close my eyes. We're not doing this again. And I shove the climbing gear in his arms and start going towards the edge of the boat.
Can't he just jump? Isn't it possible? It's not that high up. I've seen him fight. And it's water. He might hit a few rocks on the way down, but I don't see what the issue is.
Birds or rocks?
Well, the birds are also rocks. And there are rocks.
Can we call the thing that they're standing on a stone or something? Like this rock on
boulder.
rock. Boulder. There we go.
You step out first, Scarrow.
Okay, you see he's like on the edge of the ship, on the bow, as the two of you anchor the sloop down. And you see like he's in front of you, but he's very skeptical.
All right, Armos, what are you doing?
It's a great question. I can't float. I could climb.
I mean, I can float up there first if you like.
You know, that's a great idea because it's going to take me a long time to get up there.
Yeah, why don't I hang back with the devil over here, and we can hang out while you can fly, right? So you can fly. You can fly. Why make us climb when you can fly? Captain Scarrow crosses his arms.
Or like a levitation, kind of?
I can't levitate. Can you levitate?
Maybe.
That's a maybe.
That
I don't
doesn't
know.
matter.
I can't.
You're going.
Why do
And
I have to go?
I give
What's
him
up?
the kick. I kick him off the. Try to kick him off the ship. If he was sitting towards the edge.
Minnis, what are you doing?
I kind of get maybe 60 feet along one of the big boulders, and I kick my cart uninvisible. I'm like, see? It's hiding around here. It's not on the ship. And I kick it invisible.
Nice.
Get out of here, cart.
The cart jostles.
When we come back down here, I'll give you back some gold, okay? As long as you're helping us out.
Okay.
I do have. So once the pirate is kind of out of earshot, I'm like, Miss, okay, I have another idea. I don't know if we want to do this, but if we send some kind of flare up in the air, maybe Drell will see it and then start moving down to us. And then that way we don't have to go all the way up there.
I feel like the explosion brought the bird there that last time. Would that not bring the bird back here?
Could.
Whoosh, we appear back in the nest. Drell, you are currently next to all these baby birds waking up, and they are looking at you. There's 3 giant baby birds. They're a little bit bigger than Minnis, and they're just looking at you. They're featherless. They have that like naked mole rat feel to them. They have very round heads, large beaks, and their eyes are like 2 massive black dots. And they're sitting. Their legs are kicked straight out, and they look like the purest form, the purest definition of a baby. And they're just like, looking at you, and their heads are like tilting side to side, and their beaks are smacking together.
Can I lean over the nest and see if I can see them?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. There it is. 14.
Yeah, you see Armos and Minnis bickering with Captain Scarrow, and you see like Armos like kicking Captain Scarrow to like go forward, and they're like contemplating how do we get up there.
Of course, they bring this idiot along with them. Okay. And I look back at the birds. I think I just want to try to imitate them and be a bird. So I'm just gonna to make them think like I'm just one of them.
Performance check.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, first we need to hear it and then roll.
Oh
and then
my goodness.
Well, I just tilt my head and I try to like click my teeth like them, and I just tilt my head and I stare at one and I look at the other one and I tilt my head the other way.
Put a shell in your head.
I add nothing to this roll, by the way, too. It's completely flat, so it's just an honest luck check. That's a nat fucking 20.
Oh my god!
That's a nat fucking 20.
You like looking at them. You put your arms fold up like you're imitating wings, and then like you tilt your head. You're blinking one eye at a time, like they are, and you see that like one of them gets up and like waddles over to you, and like puts his forehead against yours.
I just match them. I match their energy.
You press your forehead against his, and it's like you're like kind of playing with it, but it sees you as one of its own, and it begins to like move around. Now the nest is made up of like broken ship parts, for the most part, and you see all these giant cracked eggs. Then at the corner, you also see another egg that isn't hatched yet. However, it looks very different from the large cracked eggs. Very different pattern. The giant cracked eggs look like giant bird chicken eggs. Very that soft egg white with a couple of blotches of like stains on them, but a generic giant egg, if you will. But this egg is much smaller. It's about 1 foot long, and it's like the dimensions match it. So it's like an egg that's about, it looks like a giant ostrich egg. But it has a very different design. It seems that the egg itself has this pattern about it. It looks like scales, but it's not scales. It has the pattern of like scales and feathers, but it doesn't look like it would feel like scales, if that makes sense. It looks like if it could be painted on, but it was like originally made this way. It just has a very intricate design on it, and it's much smaller than the other ones because the other eggs are about 5 feet tall. It looks like if you put them back together, and that one is not hatched.
All right, then I'm just gonna like keep acting like a bird and just like inch my way towards the egg.
Yeah, they've accepted you, and like you're now walking around the nest like they are, and the nest is about like 12 feet in diameter. It's a pretty big nest for a bunch of baby birds, but you're able to like walk around. It's very loose, and the wood like cracks underneath the weight of you, and you're able to get over to the egg if you like.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna like try to just pick it up and work, like hang on to it.
Okay, you pick up the egg, and with your still nat 20 performance check, I'm gonna say that you're just able to pick this egg up, and the other 3 birds just don't seem to mind.
All right. And then I guess I just hold on to it, and then I will just edge my way towards the side that I saw Minnis and Armos.
Whoosh back to Minnis.
Well, I look at Scarrow and I'm like, Scarrow, have you ever used a climber's kit before? What are you doing with the loop there?
I'm not, sailor's knots and climber's knots are very different. Very 2 different pieces of equipment.
Oh my god, this is gonna take too long. Give me the kit back. Get on my shoulders.
Why don't I just stay back with Armos?
No, get over here.
Why do I have to go?
Because I don't trust you, so you're coming with me.
What if you leave me up there?
I'm not gonna. How would I leave you up there?
Why would you take me up there?
So that we can fight things and get Drell out of there. You're a good fighter, all right? No, come on. And I start buzzing with my SIDS, and I do start floating.
This is our first verbal fight that we've ever had. Jan's gaggle. You see that he climbs up on your shoulders.
I'm gritting my teeth.
Dude, the next thing he needs to say is, "This is so us."
I'm floating very slowly. I can't like rush since he's on my back.
All this is
like very awkward.
While they're doing that, can I? I'm gonna try one last time on the Talkie-Torchy to let Drell know that we're coming up, and also, if to trust me, he needs to get out of there as quickly as possible and jump towards me.
Drell, your talkie-torchy goes on, and as Armos speaks into it, Drell, I need you to trust me. Jump towards the ship. We're coming to get you. As the talkie-torchy relays that message in its own voice.
I try to like shake myself to like put it out.
Armos, the flame goes out.
Well, it was worth a try. I sit there and watch Minnis piggyback.
It's like an elevator at the mall.
Drell, you snuff the flame and you see that one of the baby birds is like overlooking you from that commotion and just like its head's tilted at you, and you're still putting on this amazing baby bird performance as like you're like kicking some wood debris around, trying to act like a baby bird. And as you're doing this, Minnis and Captain Scarrow make it up as Minnis, you now watching Drell act like a baby bird.
Drell, what are you doing?
Shut up, Minnis. I'm trying to, and I'm ventriloquisting, like I'm not moving my mouth, but I'm like trying to talk to Minnis through my teeth being closed, and like I'm like trying to scope out everything. So when Armos said jump, he just meant jump over the edge or jump towards Minnis.
Up for interpretation.
Yeah, you snuffed out the flame. I can't tell you more.
Minnis is like trying to get Scarrow off. Scarrow, get off of me.
No, why would we get off? They're just babies.
I'm putting a rope down with the climber's kit.
Oh, I'll do that.
Okay, then you did a bad job at it.
No, I didn't.
Get off.
No, you didn't give me a chance. You always do this.
Taking too
long.
long.
You always do this. You don't let me finish.
I will drop you.
You would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to see me all wet, and you see Captain Scarrow takes some of the rope.
All right, but I'm gonna coach you through it. And me and him are bickering as we set up this rope for him and Drell to climb down.
Drell, what are you doing?
It's hard because I
point to the egg you're holding. Like, what are you doing?
I shrug. I have no idea. I got no idea what's going on. I would want to jump like Armos said, but I can't survive a fall like that. So, and I don't want the egg to get hurt. So I guess I'm just gonna wait for Minnis to like set up the rope. And once I see it's ready, I'll like start my turn to like climb down.
Okay. A couple of moments pass, and you're still acting like one of the birds with this egg in your hand. And Captain Scarrow and Minnis are bickering, and they tie a rope, and the rope furls down, and it goes all the way down. How much rope do you have on you, Minnis?
60 feet.
The rope goes down 60 feet.
I don't even know how far we went up.
The nest is 200 feet up. A little short.
Oh, okay. You stay here. I'm gonna go back and get more rope from Armos.
No, I'm not letting go of you. I am not. He's like gripping your horns. I am not I'm not staying here. They can eat me.
Well, he was off of me doing the rope.
No, he was like on you, like you're like tying, and you were like.
I would not let him do that.
You float down. He's like, get back up here. Get back up here. And he's like leaning over Drell. You see his little feet kicking as one of the birds go over to him.
Yeah, I totally just leave him with Drell. You got this. And I give him a thumbs up and I float down to Armos.
Like, excuse me, why are you here?
I don't have time to talk about this. They took me as their captive. I think the cow is in love with me.
Wait, what?
He's in love with me. Yes, he has a fascination.
I shiver for some reason as I'm floating down. I float on over to Armos. Armos, I need Drell's rope and your rope, please.
Okay. Where's Drell's? We don't have Drell stuff.
It's up there.
I just need yours then.
There you go.
Begrudgingly starts falling back up. I kind of rush up this time now that I don't have someone on my back.
You dash up as you start tying the rope to extend it, and then Captain Scarrow's talking to Drell. He goes, first he blows up my ship, and then he takes me aboard his. Like, if that's not...
I think you blew up your ship.
No. He blew it up. He took the device from me. I was using it as a bluff, but he actually did it. Now, if that isn't toxic manipulation at its best, I don't know what is.
And then I come up, all right, guys, all right, it's, sorry, I gotta whisper. It's, I got most of the rope done. Drell, where's your pack?
I think. Well, do I have it on me? Mm-hmm. I have it on me, right? Yeah, it's right here. It's on my side. And I like show it to him.
All right, good job, Sids. And I grab the rope and I just climb down the rope this time. Now that I'm out of floating time.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and slide. As you slide down, you extend the rope, and then I'm gonna say the birds are just kind of doing their thing, and Captain Scarrow slides down the rope and follows you down. You got about maybe 40 feet of of air. You gotta jump down. So Minnis, you can float back to the ship. Captain Scarrow kind of just like jumps off and tries to get to the as close to the ship as possible, landing in the water to get in. 40 feet is not that high up when it comes to water, so like he gets a little wet. He climbs back on the sloop. And Drell, as you go to slide down the rope, you got one leg over. You see one of the baby birds like look at you, and like it looks a little sad as you're about to leave.
I pull out some of my rations and I throw it to the dog, or not the dogs, the baby birds.
You see you throw the food at the baby bird's head, and it just like hits the top of his forehead and goes down the floor. He just looks at it confused.
Fuck, I knew that was gonna happen. I don't know why it's, oh my god, okay. And
then it opens its mouth as it's like looking at you, hungry.
Then I go over and I pick up the food real quick and I put it in its mouth.
You see that it's starting to choke a little bit.
Fuck, okay, Jesus Christ. I reach in its mouth and I pull it out.
Knows where I'm going with this. You pull
it's
out
not
food
happening. I'm ripping it up into little pieces, and then I'm saying, I'm not feeding you with my mouth. This is not happening. No,
To me and
don't look
Scarab,
at me.
what is taking him so long?
Scarab, come up here. I need you to help me with something.
No. He's like shaking his boot. He's like getting the boot out of his water.
Man, so get him up here.
You chop up the food and you rip it like really tight. He's like, I'm not gonna regurgitate it. I'm not gonna regurgitate it. And you drop it in his mouth, and then you slide back down as the bird seems content. And now the four of you are now back on your ship, now reunited.
I do not go on the ship yet.
Minnis, you're not on the ship. As Drell slides down to get onto the sloop.
I would like to kick my cart and make it visible again while I'm on the rocks. And I would like to take my shovel that's in my pack, or it might be my cart. And I would like to shovel about 10,000 gold pieces out of the pile and throw them all over the rocks.
Okay,
What?
you take 10,000 gold
what?
pieces.
All right, Scarrow, here you go.
Minnis, let's be smart about this.
You could accomplish that with way less gold.
Drell, to you just throwing away your own money for some reason.
Yeah.
Minnis, what are you doing?
Why? You see Captain
Here you
Scarrow's
go.
like,
And I would like to do a performance check or something, maybe a persuasion check to try and like get him to start picking up the gold. You know what I mean?
you want to fucking leave him here?
Yes.
Sure, you can give me a persuasion
Is
check.
this a
It will
deception
be
check?
yes. Yeah, I would say it's a deception check because you're trying to dupe him. That's what your intentions
Terrible
are.
at these.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to. But it's gonna be contested. So he's gonna make a.
Oh, he's got so much charisma. Let's say ours at the same time.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll it.
I'm gonna be really close.
Let the
I think.
dice tell the story. 3, 2, 1. 14.
15.
Fuck! Are you serious? Are you serious right
That's
here?
awesome.
Yes. There's no way.
Get the fuck out of here, dog.
There's no way. So I throw all the gold pieces onto the rocks.
Captain
And I
Scarrow goes, what are you doing? That's my that's a piece of my fortune. And you see that he like runs forward off the bow and jumps onto the rock to where you are and begins to pick up some of the gold coins. And you see that he puts it in like one of his bags.
Oh no, I slipped. Sorry, let me help you pick them up. And as I'm doing that, I'm walking back to the boat and signaling to Armos and Drell to push the boat. Oh yeah, I got some here for you. Don't worry, don't worry. And like me and my cart get back on the boat, and I'm still like pretending like I'm there. Okay, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. All right. And then as we get far enough away, all right, good job, Scarrow. I'm sure you'll be fine. See you later.
Ah! I see like he turns around from picking up all the gold coins. Minnis PebbleWalker, I will have my revenge! As Captain Scarrow points and yelling in the distance as the three of you sail away and a large flapping of wings is now heard thunderously over the sky as he looks like a giant bird. The Rock is returning home, and Captain Scarrow quickly tries to hide, but is just a flat platform, essentially, of a giant rock spire as the three of you sail away into the middle of the Evertone Sea. Back.
I was gonna say, Armos is just has a finger over his mouth, like shh, as he's sailing away.
How the fuck did you beat me? Oh my god, dude.
I can't believe it.
If you would have failed, I would have just intimidated him. Get off the fucking ship.
The second we finished the last episode, that's all I could think about was finding a way to convince him to stay here, and then just leaving him.
Oh, Minnis, what an alignment switch. Huh? No,
I was gonna say, Minnis, you just killed that guy. You do know that, right?
No, he told me that when he dies, he goes back to some other place, so he'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
You just hear Armos just slow clapping, just impressed.
Yeah, it was good thinking, Sid. Good thinking.
A couple of the Sids make a broken heart.
I didn't like him. I don't know why you keep saying that. He was awful. Just because we shared kind of a similar past doesn't mean I have a soft spot for him or anything. I don't like your tone, Sid.
You know, Minnis, we were making a breakthrough. I taught him all 5 steps. I thought he was really going to be coming around.
What a fucking role reverse. So you got Armos teaching him the fucking, giving him therapy lessons, and Minnis is the one that tries to kill him.
The sea does something to you. If he wasn't a revenant, I wouldn't have done that. Just so we're all clear.
Drell, you are so out of the loop right now. As you come back to the sloop, and you notice that the sloop looks a little bit different than how you last remembered it. It looks repaired from the recent combat you had with Captain Scarrow's ship. However, there's a noticeable difference just by going on it. Specifically, towards the front of the ship, there is a large wooden elemental's head sticking out of it as if it's attached to the boat, and a part of his body is melded with the boat as an attempt to repair it, and it looks at you with these green glowing eyes. It does not have a mouth. It looks like a solid wooden mask.
It's Groot. Oh my god.
Well, Drell, when I was talking to you on the torch, you should have jumped out of the damn thing. I said jump to me. I could have just levitated you.
Number one, yes, I'm sorry, Armos. I don't know all the spells you have.
I told you to trust me.
Yeah, I know. But then I saw Minnis and that Captain Scarrow guy arguing, and then I had the talkie-torchy. I was literally becoming a bird, I'm pretty sure, and I just had a lot going on.
See, that's step 3. Ask for collaborations, okay? I was just talking to Scarrow about this, and this is what we need to all start following the 5 steps.
5 steps.
Yes, 5 steps is don't turn on a talkie-torchy that could be extremely loud and make a lot of birds nervous and then pluck my eyes out.
Okay.
Wait, I don't have this in my notes.
That could be step 4, which is setting boundaries, but okay, fine.
A different list? What list is that? I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, how you doing, Drell? You good?
Yeah.
No. First, I got blown up. Then I got carried away by a giant bird. Then again, like I said, almost was eaten. I almost had my eyeballs plucked out by baby birds. I guess the only cool thing is, they actually really liked me at the end, which was dope. And then I found this, and I showed them the egg that is in the nest.
What was this?
I have no idea, but it looked completely different from the other ones. So I'm pretty sure it was just...
Yeah, I saw you holding it. Armos, you might be smarter at me with this kind of stuff, but let's take a look, and I'll get my magnifying glass.
Might be smarter at me. You know what? I'm gonna try to be smarter than you at this point. Let's give this a shot. Yep, it's an egg. Let me. Is there any magic? Can I do an Arcana check?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, it was on a 20, and then it went to an 8. It's a 16.
And can I do a nature check or?
You sure can. Give me a nature check.
20.
Is that a dirty 20? Is that a flaccid little 20?
Flat 20.
Yo. Oh.
You look at the egg, and with a flaccid 20, you just don't know what type of animal it is. You think it's some sort of bird, definitely an aviary egg, due to its feather-like pattern. As you are looking at the egg closely, it's embezzled. The texture of the egg is embezzled. So like the wing part of the egg, the wing design on the egg is embezzled and like layered higher than the rest of the egg. And the scale part of the egg, the scale part of the design is the lower part of the egg. So imagine you're looking at the egg with like a scale type design, and then there's like a second outer layer that looks like a wing that is slightly lifting off. Is embezzled the right word?
No, I don't think it is.
Embedded? I don't know.
Like embezzled, like what kind of money did this thing
It's embezzling funds from
embezzled is to
banks.
steal or misappropriate. Beveled? Is that the word you're looking for?
I think beveled, yeah. So the egg has like two layers. There's the lower layer and the outer layer. And the outer layer looks like a bird's wing, when the inner layer of the egg looks like a scale design. Armos, what was your Arcana check?
16.
You definitely sense some magic within it. Not that there's magic coming from it, or that it was imbued with magic or enchanted with magic. It just seems magical in nature.
Okay.
Well, Drell, you got a bird lizard.
It is.
Feathered dragon.
And you know what? All life is magical. There's something in there.
Well, Drell, that's your thing, so, take care of it.
Keep it warm.
Be like, yeah, but this is like really, I don't want to crush it. It's like I might need someone smaller to like sit on it and keep it warm. And I like side-eye Minnis.
All the Sids look at Minnis.
I squint.
I mean, Minnis, look how big I am. I don't want to crush this thing.
I see what you're saying, and I love it. All right, I'm going to be an egg daddy.
It's got to be a better way to say that.
What do you mean?
Sure. Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna be a yolk papa. Better? Worse?
It's worse.
Worse? Oh,
I hate everything that's happening right now.
I'm gonna be a scaly father. I'm gonna go sit on this egg, and I grab the egg and walk away with my head down into the boat.
Okay. Drell, you look behind you and you still see this wood elemental staring at you.
Yeah, also, another thing to mention, and I whisper to them, who's the creepy wood person in the boat?
Oh.
And I like point with my thumb.
Oh, yeah.
From underneath the boat, it's our new friend.
Wait, what?
So Minnis was hearing things, and it was a tree, and it helped us, and then it repaired our boat.
Oh, okay, so now it is our boat? Like, is that...
Well, I mean, first off, I think it is one with the boat, so we're technically, it's now they are the boat? I don't know. I'm worried to cast fire anywhere is what I'm trying to say.
Please don't cast fire. As the echoey tree branches whisper within your mind, Armos.
Yep, got it. Oh, wait. Drell, you might need to get you can't hear it. And I beckon for the tree thing to come over.
You kind of have to go over to it, but you see that it emanates in your voice and it goes, friend.
Yeah. This one, this is a good one. And I give the tree a thumbs up. He needs the communication device, and I do air quotes.
You see the wood railing where its head is begins to mold and shift as the wood begins to extend out from the ship like an arm, and then the arm extends some branches towards you, Drell, as if it's trying to offer a handshake of some kind.
I reach my hand out and I shake its hand.
As you go to shake its hand, the branches extend and wrap around your wrist, going in between the links of your armor around your forearm, and then you take 1 point of piercing damage as it begins to impale you. And as it impales you, you feel the twig branches underneath your skin begin to move. And then from your arm, you feel as if there's a connection between your mind now. From your mind to your arm, very out of body type experience. Like you feel a connection to your arm, and then it extends out of your arm into the mind of the wood elemental. And you hear this dissonant voice, and it echoes. And when it speaks to you, it sounds like a bunch of trees moving and twisting to the wind, as if a tree is growing rapidly, but you somehow understand words as you hear this noise. And it just says, friend. And then it says, thank you, Drell of the Ashborn.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't tell it at this last part. You're welcome. And I salute it.
It just looks at you unwavering.
Okay, so what is the plan? Like, where do we go from here?
We're just trying to get out of here. We were on our way to our destination. This one, and I point all around us to the boat, is from, remember when we saved that big tree in that forest?
Big tree. Yes. Yep. Back in Arc 1. Yeah, I totally remember that.
Yep. Introduced tree from there. So we just need to get him that direction.
I am a shard, a splinter of the world tree, located in the Riverwood Forest.
Yep.
Well, Minnis, you still have those letters, right?
Yeah, I still got the letters. Hold on, I'll be back up in a sec.
Don't just. I mean, hey, look, the egg squatter's doing his thing. Okay, like what are we doing? We don't.
Well, I'm just thinking like we could, if Minnis writes a letter to Kara, just letting her know that like this guy is headed her way. Like she might be able to like, I don't know, meet him somewhere and then help him rather than like just sending him off on his own.
In my head, can I ask? I ask Rommel. Hey, Rommel. While we're in this state, can I talk to them, or is this just between you and me?
Okay, I'm sorry.
And I. But but they also hear that.
Minnis, his name. He has a name, Rommel. You guys didn't lead with that. That would have been good.
I said that in my head. How did you hear that?
Because you aren't saying it in your head. You're saying it out loud. I saw your lips move.
Oh, I thought it only. Sorry, coming up. I come back up and I pop out. Anyways, I made I had the SIDS make kind of like a nest for the egg, so they'll keep it warm. Also, Drell, there's someone that wants to see you.
Cut to the SIDS, now like in a rock nest looking at it, and then you see a couple other SIDS standing around it. One of them's taking out glow sticks. Pan back to you.
I'm sorry, somebody wants to meet me?
Yeah, don't be shy. Come on out here. And he wants to talk to you. Sid of the Ashborn, come on.
Drell, you see this heavier set Sid with a drawn-on chiseled jaw, a drawn-on chiseled jaw with some painted-on lightning tattoos and an axe painted on his back that he kind of looks like you. Beard. And a fake beard. He's like, murr, murr. And like, he looks like a little bashful towards you, and he's like, murr.
It's a Giga Sid. Oh my god. Like, what? Hello? It's just a normal sized Sid, right?
Yeah, it's the one that was like always with you, and when you left, it like dressed up as you because it missed you.
Hey man, I like what you got going on with the beard. You know, you got to make sure you keep it trimmed though. You know what I'm saying? And mine is like super crazy. I haven't like maintenanced it in a really long time.
There's a twig in it.
Yeah, he's even got a little wooden axe now. It's crazy. All right. You told him you missed him. Now go help the SIDS.
He hugs Drell's boot and then slowly.
Drell like pats him on the back with a finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do the same and I'd be like, go on, Egg Guardian, get in there.
You feel the weight of this Sid, and he's normal size, but he's incredibly heavy, and then he wanders back into with the rest of the SIDS.
So yeah, that's Rommel. It's our new wood pal. Hopefully we can get him back.
Clarification on the two-way speaking. when you speak to him in your mind, because it's a psychic connection, Drell, you can speak out loud or in your mind. He understands both. However, the three of you cannot communicate with each other this way. But whenever he speaks, he's speaking to all of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's he was captured by Scarrow, and I guess he was going to sell him or something. It's kind of lucky that we did save him, because he's the one that kind of helped us patch the ship back up.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
my mending can only do so much, and I need like the original pieces for it to work.
Yeah. So Rommel is from the forest?
Yes. I am a shard of the world tree.
So, Minnis, I guess have you thought about writing Kara to like let her know about Rommel, or have you not done that yet?
Not yet, but I think it's a great idea, Drell. I'll do that tonight.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, we can let her know like where we're gonna drop Rommel off, because we're not like taking him all the way, are we? And I look at Minnis and Armos.
I only need land to regain my true strength. I do not need passage.
Okay. So we should just tell her right now where we're gonna take Rommel, and then that way she can at least be aware that he's headed her way,
Yeah, sounds good. If one of you wants to man the ship, I'll go do that.
I've got the helm.
So the ship is now headed in the right direction as you are heading to the Chapel of Scoreus. That's where the golden compass that you got from Sanlo when they gave you the ship, that's where the coordinates were set, roughly. And the Chapel of Scoreus is on a cliff's edge overlooking the Evertone Sea when you last there. So that's where the ship is heading. You just need to follow the compass. Minnis, you go down and you write a note. Is there anything specific that you're saying as you write a note?
Dear Kara, I know it's been a while, and I just wanted you to know that I have been doing a lot of your calisthenic techniques, and I've shared them with Drell. They are pretty good, and I go way too long about the calisthenics for like 2 pages. And, oh, sorry, I got off topic. There is someone named Rommel, and they look like this, and I draw a photo. I go back up, and while Drell's kind of manning the helm, I draw for 30 minutes. I draw a way too detailed version of Rommel. Oh, where was I? Oh, yeah, so this tree creature is coming back to the Riverwood Forest. I gave him a map of where you will be, and you might see him, so don't get scared. He's a kind creature, and I think that you can help him out. I think you can both do good together.
You seal the letter up in the envelope from the FFCS, and you wave it gingerly in the air, and as you shake it on the second shake, it slowly disappears into this green light. And that's how you know it was sent.
Oh, nice.
Now,
all right, you're gonna like Kara.
6 letters?
I have 5 left.
5 left.
You're gonna like Kara. She's great.
Protector over.
Yeah, pretty much. She helped us through a lot. I mean, if we hadn't met Kara, I wouldn't have met the Sids.
And the 3 of you sail. So,
Do we get to rest now? Because that would be that would be just absolutely swell, because I am tapped out.
before the thundering wings, no.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, you have left Captain Scarrow behind. You now have this egg, and you are now back on track. You do know that when Captain Scarrow attacked you, and from the distance where Drell was taken from and placed, and when you went to go pick him up, you had about a day left. This set you back about half a day. I'm going to say that the 3 of you get a long rest between now and what's about to happen.
What?
What? Maybe I word that a little too ominously.
What's about to happen?
I think I want my temporary hit points. Hang on.
The 3 of you sail, and a full day passes, and the sun rises, and then you continue to sail on into the morning. Is there anything you want to tell Drell as you're nearing the end of the trip from what happened last session? Because Armos, something happened to you, and I don't think you shared with the class.
It is time.
Okay.
Probably driving the ship at this point.
Are we all on the top of the ship, just staring out at the big blue sea?
Yes.
Cool.
Ominously.
Yeah, a couple of hours have passed, and the three of you are manning the ship, handling the sails. You have long rested. You each got your significant 8 hours of sleep during this time, and have recouped from the battle and the events that have passed. You have become acquainted with Rommel. Rommel has been keeping to himself mostly, unless you asked it questions. But he has been repairing the ship, so a lot of the work has been handed off to him as far as maintenance goes.
Like, fellas, we need to talk.
Oh yeah, what's up?
And I start giving a 10-minute inspirational speech about how Reginald is, and I hold out the blood shard, the crazy looking blood shard that Reginald is trapped in. Let him know that he's in there. He's suffering. He's getting starved out by Christo. God. And that all of his wings have been ripped out, and he's in bunny form, and he's very sad. But we need to make sure that priority one is saving our friend.
Of course. Hoorah! Oh, I thought we were all going to do that.
19 temporary hit points for everybody.
What a weird inspirational speech as you talk about your demon bunny friends suffering and starving to death, and there's nothing you can do about it at the moment, but somehow
we will
save him.
It's inspirational because we will figure out a way.
I love it. I love the way you worked that in there.
Minnis grips the helm tighter, more determined to save Reginald.
Also, our ship buddy gets it as well.
Oh.
And any SIDS that maybe have hit points.
I wish. By the way, Drell, Rommel did tell us there might be some kind of ore vein back in Gilo.
Okay. That's,
Or at least putting the puzzle pieces together, that's what it seemed like.
yeah.
Can thank Armos for that one. I kind of forgot.
So the day goes on, and because of this setback, you start to see land in front of you. It is now mid to late evening by the time you see this land. So you had used most of your day because of the setback, but you are finally approaching a cliff's edge. However, you know that it's summertime, and you got that great, beautiful sea air, and there was like this nice breeze as you were sailing, keeping you cool. And as you approach South Trillis, you do see a small chapel on a cliff's edge overlooking the Evertone Sea, and the golden compass is pointed towards it, and you know that is the chapel of Scoreus as you begin to sail in that direction. However, you notice that the clouds above you start to become a little gloomy. It doesn't seem like it's going to rain. They just seem to have this presence with them. And then it gets a little cold. Colder than a sea breeze should feel, an ominous chill. You notice this for a while as the sun begins to set behind you. And as you arrive to the base of the mountaintop where you see Chapel of Scoreus high above you, you're trying to figure out where you can dock your boat to get to the chapel as quick as possible. And as you are in the crow's nest, looking at the base of the mountain, you notice that there are a steep set of stairs etched into the side of the cliff, almost like a very rough makeshift dock. And you approach the dock side, and it's like a small grassy stone, like a natural rocky platform to bring your ship up, and there is a wooden post, a single wooden post for you to tie your ship. It's clearly meant for a small ship to dock here. It's not meant for like large galleons by any means. Like even your ship may seem a little too big for this natural platform, but you're able to tie down your ship. What are the three of you doing as you're now standing on this rocky dirt platform with steep etched out stairs ascending up the mountainside?
All right, Rommel. Well, I'm not sure if stone is good enough for you, but we can get you up the mountain here.
I sense soil. And you see that the boat moves towards the rocky dirt side of the mountain, and its branches extend. And you see Rommel latching onto the dirt. And as it pulls itself from the ship, you now see the damage of the sloop returning. His body was filling the gaps. And as Rommel removes himself from the ship, molding back in with the earth of the mountainside next to the platform, you see that the ship's holes reappear, and then it seems like the ship is now beginning to take on a lot of water now that Rommel has been removed from the ship. And then the ship slowly starts to sink, and then Rommel has disappeared for a moment, and then you look out from the side of the steps that are made up of dirt and stone, and you see this thin, slender wood woad stand in front of you. He is not wearing any clothes. He's completely made up of wood with no mouth, with big green fiery eyes. He has branches extending from his body, and you see that leaves and different colored branches kind of make up somewhat of a clothing pattern, but more or less it's naked. You do not see any defining features. And now that he's finally healed up, you see that he stretches, and his branches and the leaves on his body seem much more vibrant. There is a fire about him, and he approaches the three of you, and he thanks the three of you. Thank you for your assistance. The World Tree will be informed of your services today, just like they were appreciated in the past.
Well, it's good having you, Rommel. I hope we see you again.
I hope we don't, because the next time we may meet, that means there is trouble around.
It's kind of rude, but I get it.
Oh, okay. Real quick, you want to take your splinter mind control thing? I don't think we need it.
Your body will naturally reject it in time.
Gross.
Oh, like a regular splinter. They just let it sit, kind of goes out.
The connection is not permanent. It is only temporary.
2-week thing? 6 weeks? A month?
Time is a construct, and so am I. And it begins to ascend the stairs.
Okay. All right.
What a cold line.
If we cut that guy in half, I can count how many rings how old he is. Let me tell you, construct.
You see that he begins to ascend the stairs forward, and then he looks back at you, and the green fire within his eyes quickly turns purple, and then almost like a giant fireball engulfs his body and then disappears.
You know what? I think I judged this guy way too hard.
Armos, you instantly recognize this as Farstep.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I knew I liked that guy.
You definitely feel like there's a touch of the dark magic within him.
This guy's cool.
The three of you are at the base of these dirt and stone steps. They are very close to the side of the mountain. You have to ascend it single file, and it's so steep that if you're not paying attention, Drell might have to walk up these steps up sideways to stay on them, as they're clearly meant to be hidden and not used as the main way of ascending this mountain.
All right. Everybody out, and the Sids carry the egg out.
Yeah, you were able to take the egg with you when you decided to leave the ship, and you put it, I don't know, wherever you want to keep it.
All right, Joe, we kept it warm. Now it's still your responsibility to hang on to this.
Okay. I take it back from Minnis and I just hold on to it. I put it in I try to put it into the little pouch I have.
Give me an Arcana check when you pick it back up, Drell.
Okay, I can do that. Good at those. I shit you not, it's another nat 20. But I do have a -1. But yeah, I rolled a nat 20.
When you grasp it within your hands, it feels warm on your fingertips.
Ooh, tingly.
You go ahead and put it in your bag.
Yep.
And you just put the nat 20. That's the sensation that you feel.
Nice.
And you begin to ascend the mountain. You ascend the steep steps, and it takes you about a solid 15 minutes to climb this massive cliff's edge. About 15 minutes of rigorous stair climbing. You find your way is now blocked as the sun is completely set behind you. And as the moon shines within the night sky, partly covered from the dark, heavy clouds that you saw before, and standing in front of you at the top of the stairs is a masked figure. A cool breeze blows as you stare each other down. Contents underneath the cloak is revealed as there are 2 long sheathed blades, long white hair, and a mask painted red and white with gold eyes standing before you.
Alara, what's up?
A gentle head nod. And Alara goes, "Welcome back. We've been expecting you."
Haha, I brought my cards. I hope you're ready.
Time for games may have to wait, for the hour is urgent.
Okay, sorry.
But maybe we could sneak one before you leave. And then she turns around and begins to walk to the main entrance of the Chapel of Scoreus.
Good, because last time I lost like 5 to 10. Need to get you back.
And you think this time would be any different?
I've been practicing, okay?
And what do you think I've been doing all this time here guarding the chapel?
Oh no.
Well, things have livened up since you've left.
The raid boss, Minnis.
And Alara Dawnstar walks to the entrance of the Chapel's Grace, which are these huge, giant stone doors made for giants. This building is much larger than the average building. It's accommodating for giants to come and worship. And she pushes open the large, heavy stone doors, and you walk inside. Now, the last time the 3 of you were here was empty until you met Alara, where she was protecting this blue gem, similar to the one you found all the way back in the cabin, the one that you then ended up leaving with Lord Baron when you went to Lord Baron's Divider after going to City College, yada, yada, yada. Except this time, when you enter the giant chapel, the gem is no longer on the pedestal that Alara was protecting. The place looks a little bit more cleaned up than it was before, and you still see these all elaborate paintings of Drell's father, Brax, Scoreus Stonebones, and Bowden adventuring with each other throughout among all these giant paintings and murals. And then you see the story of Scoreus and how he crafted wonderful items, and it's a place dedicated to him. But now in the center of the room, rather where the pedestal is now a massive staircase that descends underground. And Alara guides you to the steps. Scoreus and Dworik have been hard at work since returning. It looks like they're working on something big. There has been a lot of communication with Scoreus and Lord Baron. But ever since Scoreus came back, he has not left his forge. They knew you were going to come eventually, and they have been waiting for you. And she gestures down the stairs.
Oh, okay. Who wants to go first? Noses.
Not it.
Fine, I'll go.
Drell, you take the lead, and you begin to walk down these wide set of stairs. And as you descend, you feel like you're now in the heart of the cliff's edge, and you feel like all the stairs you climbed getting up here have just been undone with the amount of stairs you walk down. And as you descend into the underground forge, you see this large blacksmithing area filled with forges and anvils of all sizes, multiple forges carved into the rocky cavern walls with a large forge in the center with an anvil in front of it, and the anvils are all inscripted. All the inscriptions on the anvils are written in giant. And sitting in the dark corner, similar to when you found him in Shadowfell the first time with Dworik, is Scoreus holding a hammer, and it looks like he's working on something very small on his anvil, while you see Dworik off to the side on like his own stepladder working on a much larger anvil with the helmet on, with the skull cap of silence still on, working on his equipment. And as the 3 of you enter, you see Scoreus lifts his massive head. He goes, "It's about time. Please come in," and then goes back to his work. And he's working on something very specific. And as you enter the forge and he invites you in, you notice that he has like this monocle on that seems to enlarge what he's working on, and with his massive fingers, with tiny tools fitted to the best of his size. It looks like he's smoothing out the purified gem and is trying to mold it, and he's taking his time doing so.
Oh, man. So he was just telling us, it's about time, and this guy hasn't even finished his whole work here? Wow, okay.
Don't be rude, he can hear you.
Oh, God.
Do we just, like, sit anywhere, or, like...
Do we need to wait? Like, you're gonna be done in a couple minutes? Do we need to come back?
Do you think I can't do my work and have a proper conversation with you? Or do you think so lowly of my skills? And he's like, hasn't taken his eyes off the gem as he's continuing to work. And you see that his work consists of like looking at it, making a small chisel, looking at it and making a small chisel, being super precise.
No, definitely not.
Wait, doesn't he have the, was it dwarf that was with him?
He does, yeah. Dwarf is next to him working on his own project, and he still has the helmet on.
Wait, okay, so he can't hear, but he can see, obviously.
He sure can, but he's just engrossed in his work.
So he can't be bothered or interrupted, but Scraeus, we're just supposed to know that he can do two things at once. Okay, that's 2 strikes already for fucking Armos. He's getting hotter than these forges in here. Okay, first off. Okay.
Armos is helping us. All right. So we'll just come over. I'm just gonna walk over.
You walk further into the forge, and you go to like his workstation, and the top part of his torso is sticking out of a large hole in the ground that looks like he made himself to fit into the mountain. Although it's a large forge, he still looks very confined due to his size. Seems like this is perfectly normal to him and maybe how he prefers to work. So, since we last spoke, a number of events have transpired. Since you've met us, it looks like you have taken down a powerful beast. A beast strong enough to meddle with the thoughts of gods. As he refers to the false Hydra.
Yeah, that was a tough one, Scraeus.
How did that go? What was the outcome of that bout?
Well, good news. The Hydra's dead. And, Drell is gonna tell you the bad news, and I walk away.
Wait, bad news? What? And I look back at Minnis.
Yeah, you got this.
Wait, what's the bad news?
That a Christo's back.
Oh, yeah.
The bridge is complete.
You know what? I think this is actually best told by Armos, and I push Armos up.
Oh wow, what you're working on over here is really cool. Looks just as good as what Scraeus is working on. Wow, ooh, I like the inlays there.
Dwarf is like suddenly shocked by when you walked over, didn't realize you even walked in.
Yeah.
As he is currently deaf.
Mm-hmm.
And he like looks at you.
Give him a thumbs up.
You see that he's working on a pair of twin scimitars.
Oh, those are sweet.
Armos is already still heated. Well, what happened was, we, how do you say, absorbed all the blood shards, finished a bridge that linked our realm to Christo's, and Christo's back.
As Lord Baron had warned me of. And you see that he's like still chiseling. So the bridge is complete.
Oh yeah.
Since the felling of the Hydra, some of my own memories returned to me. As you know, this is not the first time Christo has shown his self to Humbrea. As you may know about the Heartland many years ago, and how he came to the Kambuki Isles shortly after that, leaving a trail of destruction, and then placing that false beast here, thinking that we could forget. And sure enough, he was right. But he didn't account for you three. Or should I say, you. And he looks at Minnis.
Why are you looking at me? Armos, what'd you tell him? I didn't do it on purpose. Armos did the blood shard sucking. I mean, my phrasing today is terrible. It's been a long time, okay? I walk back over. Yeah, what about me? Does it have to do with my dad? I think he's my dad.
Family trees is something I'm not too keen on, as it's beyond my scope of my concern. However, Pharaohs has a connection with you and has somehow left that connection within your bloodline.
What does that mean?
It can mean any number of things. Perhaps Pharaohs, the god of luck, is your father.
Maybe.
You see that he continues to chisel away. There's much more, so we can talk more about family trees. However, there are more pressing things at hand. Things that require a little more planned nuance than I'm capable of giving you at this time. Baron is waiting for you. Baron is waiting for you at his keep. He has devised a plan. We have spoken, he had devised a plan. You see, this gem here, this purified acrylic shard, Minnis, is for you when it is ready.
Oh, what am I supposed to hold it and like eat it? Do I eat it? It's like a pill.
You do not touch it at the moment. When it is ready, it will be gifted to you.
Okay, I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
I will let Baron fill you in on the details of the plan, for there is a long journey ahead of you. And then he looks at Drell.
Oh God.
He finally lifts his head. He looks at Drell and he goes, "It's time to reclaim what should have been yours years ago." And then he looks back down at the gem and begins to work on it. And then Dwark is now aware that the three of you are there. He looks at you, Minnis. He slowly takes off his helmet. And you see that as he takes off his helmet, it's very sweaty, red, rashed over, and it looks very painful. And you see that both of his ears have been cauliflowered over. And you see that he has trouble controlling the volume of his own voice. But he goes, "Please talk lightly around me. Please talk calmly." As he winces. And he goes, "Thank you for slaying the Hydra. The absurdity of witnessing its destruction and its devouring and its cruelty among Sandlow was truly heartbreaking. And after sharing this information with Scoreus on several different occasions, as soon as he blinked, the information seemed to wash over him, and I realized the truth behind it." And he gestures towards the helmet, and you know and he knows that this was somehow the key to avoid all that. What I originally wore it as protection and did not realize its magical properties. And I thought I was alone in this endeavor.
Oh, well, thank you so much for everything. Did you make those helmets?
This one I found in Shadowfell when we were looking for supplies. I had found it in a hut in town, and I noticed that once I found the helmet, I found all these etchings of SOS that seemed to jump out at me. Before I can read them, I realized the town had something else living in it, and well, I thought returning might have been a bad idea.
I see.
And he's referring to Sandlow and Shadowfell, where you found all those monsters in there that attacked you. They're Sorrowsworn. He's referring to those.
Yep.
And then you notice that he has the two hammers. One is on his hilt, one is on his belt, and the other one he is holding, and he looks like he's been crafting with them. And you see that where his hands are, they're very blistered over, they're swollen, they've been very hard at work.
Have you been working on this since Shadowfell?
Since our return, we have, as you had advised, when we left Shadowfell, we had met with Baron. He had the Ignis hammer, and I the Galatus hammer, and with his confirmation, these are indeed the legendary hammers that Rinth the blacksmith had used. When Scoreus and Baron had devised a plan and they needed someone to learn how to use them, other people were not so successful. And it turns out that I may have the skills to craft with these. You see, he gets excited that he holds his ear. So I have been practicing and training, and I've gotten quite better, but the power within the hammers when forging seems to be still overwhelming. So I need to take my time. But hopefully soon, someday soon, I can imbue items. And hopefully those items will be granted on to you.
Wow. Well, we'll take them with honor. I guess Minnis just gives him a nod and walks over to Scoreus. What time is it when we got here? Was it pretty late?
The sun just set. It's like, it's evening.
Well, Scoreus, we will stay here for the night, if you don't mind. And then tomorrow we'll head over to Lord Baron, as we know him, and hear him out.
Perhaps that is best. You may find refuge upstairs. Perhaps near Alara's quarters. Tomorrow, it's a daily visit from Baron that his advisors visit. Perhaps you could take a trip back with them. It should be a more speedier journey than the travel accommodations you may have currently.
I think that sounds good to me. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I figure we're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk to them about, so it sounds good to me.
All right. Armos, I assume you're good with that?
I'm good.
Yeah. Great. Well, we won't disrupt you any longer. If there's anything else you need us to know, now's the time. Otherwise, we will go reacquaint ourselves with Alara and the temple.
Scoreus looks up one more time at you, Drell, stares at you. Before he speaks, you take a sudden notice to his wound, Drell. The last time you met him in Shadowfell, he had a really bad wound on his shoulder, and you had the sense that he was slowly dying from it.
Yeah.
Or leading that to his downfall. He locks eyes. Do not make the same mistake as your father.
Oh God.
May your rage and goals be separate, but aligned. He looks at you in silence, and he goes back to working on the purified Acryla shard. The three of you climb back up the stairs, where you see that now in the center of the chapel of Scoreus, over by the fireplace, is now the scent of some food, as it looks like Alara is preparing something. And there's a large pot of food cooking over the roaring fire. She had already made 3 makeshift cots for the 3 of you to sleep on. Dinner will be ready soon. I already assumed that you would be staying the night, so I took the initiative and went ahead and prepared us some more food. I did not want Minnis to have some of mine, so I went ahead and made some extra.
Well, it's kind of rude.
Well, he ate my food. He almost tried to eat my food last night playing.
That is true. He always tries to eat my food too.
What?
Well, I mean,
No.
besides the meat, yeah.
Well, you leave all those carrots on the plate, dude.
Well, yeah, because carrots suck.
They are not. Oh, not getting into this with you right now.
You see,
Anyways.
you see that there are several birds roasting over the open fire,
That's what I'm talking about.
and then on the side is a giant pot of boiling vegetables, so like a vegetable stew. Seems very accommodating for for you three. It seems like there's enough food for the 3 of you, and all types of diets are satisfied here.
I walk past the pedestal from last time and I look at the vase. Oh wow, you glued the vase back together. That looks nice.
It is the most shambled, put together vase you've ever seen. There's like just a giant piece of tape wrapped around the whole thing. She goes, "Yeah, you think you can like mind where you're stepping this time?"
Damn.
I always mind where I'm stepping, and I lean against the pedestal and it drops again.
Blanks behind you, unwavering eye contact.
My eyes are just super wide staring at her. I will mend that after dinner. I walk over to grab some stew.
So the 3 of you, a little bit of a fast forward, the 3 of you settle into your new cots. They're not the most comfortable, but it's definitely better than sleeping on the stone floor. You now have bowls of food in front of you. Each of you, like Drell, you have about 2 birds in front of you. Armos, you have a bird in front of you. And Minnis, you have this big old bowl of vegetable stew. And all the Sids seem to be relaxing alongside of you. And the 3 of you are making conversation. And Alara is like, bet you had an interesting conversation. I'm sure Scoreus had informed you a bit what's going on. And, well, hopefully he spoke to you more than he speaks to me.
What do you mean?
Well, Scoreus is a man of few words, and He thanked me and appreciates me being here, but he's not much of a card player.
Like, he doesn't actually play cards, or...
The moment he got back, they have been forging. Outside of work coming up and taking the occasional rest, Scoreas has not stopped once working on that gem. No rest, no sleep. I understand he's a god.
Seems slow, doesn't it? Seems like we defeated a whole Hydra, floated across the sea, and still not done.
I'm sorry, Armos. Do you know how to forge a magical weapon of mythical proportions?
No, I just know how to kill towering beasts, mythical monsters.
Two sides of the same coin. All right. Let's get down to business. I flick my cards. It's on, Alara. I won't let you beat me this time.
Oh,
And we-
Minnis, it's been such a long time. I didn't think I would embarrass you in front of your friends so quickly. And you see that she sits down, drags over a stool, and sits in front of you. How do you want to do this, Minnis?
Oh, I don't know. We can roll sixes or something. We can roll a bunch of d20s. It's up to you. You choose the card game, Alara. I will win anyone you've got.
3-card Dragon Ante it is. And you see that she takes the cards from you, begins to shuffle, and begins to play. Who's playing? Just you and her, or you two joining in?
Drell, you want in?
No, I like to watch.
And Drell gets some corn and puts it over the fire to make popcorn. And he's gonna sit and watch.
I'm happy seeing this duel play out.
All right, just us.
Okay. You go ahead and just start playing, and we're gonna do. Okay, how we're gonna do this? We're gonna roll. What's 3-card Dragon Ante? Okay, we're going to roll 3 dice, 3d6. Okay, and then you get to choose 1d6 to remove and try to re-roll if you wanted something better. So you're getting dealt 3 cards. So you can redraw as much as you want. So you could redraw all 3, or you can only do 1, but you have to take whatever you draw. How you win is you want to get a matching, so best pair or best triplet wins, or if you don't have a best pair or best triplet, highest number wins.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and roll 3d6s, and we'll play about 1 or 2 hands. We're gonna go ahead and roll 3d6s. I'm gonna roll my first 3. Okay, and then you see Alara's gonna go ahead and take 1 away and re-roll 1 more.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do the same. All right. Looks like I got 2 4s. Read them and weep.
She also has 2 4s, and her extra card is a 2.
Mine is also a 2.
Get out of here.
That's wild.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Okay, she goes, all right, so next hand, she draws another 3 cards, and she's going to redraw 1 card.
Rerolling, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll re-roll 2. These cards are great, and I smile very awkwardly.
She reveals she has a pair of 3s with a 1 being the next card. 2 3s and a 1.
Minnis forgets how to play and goes, "Ha! I got a 6," and you see a 5 and a 3 next to it.
Well, first hand's mine, and she takes that,
What?
and then the 2 of you begin to play throughout the night. A few moments pass, and the 3 of you are enjoying yourselves. It's like this is like your first real moment of like finally relaxing since you've been
Oh,
in
for real.
San Lo, sailing on the sea, dealing with the troubles on the water, the current, the past events with Captain Scarrow, rescuing Drell, finding random items. Drell has now this weird egg. What, Armos and Drell, what are the 2 of you doing as you watch Alara and Minnis play Dragon Ante? 3-card Dragon Ante.
I feel like Armos and I are secretly gambling on who's gonna win.
Oh,
Told you he wasn't gonna win. I told you.
No, I had money. Wait, we both had money on Alara?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay, we're doing this wrong. Okay, fine. I'll take Minnis this next time.
Okay, but I mean, you sure you
Bet
want
you
to lose
5
your
gold.
money?
I'll bet you 5 gold, or
okay.
I'll bet you 5 gold Minnis is gonna beat Alara this hand.
ha! 2 1s.
Fuck.
I like kick over.
2 1s. She does her hand, and she just keeps her opening hands as 2 6s and a 4.
Not how I saw that one going.
Yeah. Hey, the
Listen,
man.
it's an early night. 1 to 5. I can come back.
As the 2 of you continue to play, and as the 2 of you begin to gamble, this is so funny. The night rolls on and it's getting pretty late, and the 3 of you are in high spirits as you play with Alara, and you're joking around, and like you guys are cracking jokes at Minnis' expense as he's clearly like not winning most of the hands. Alara seems to be like 1 step ahead in every hand. But it goes a little bit of back and forth, but Alara wins most of them. And as the night grows darker, there is a shift in the air. Through the windows of the church, you notice that a rumbling of clouds and distinct cracks of thunder fill the night sky. And as you look on the oncoming storm, the cracks between the clouds glow red, similar to the red glow you saw a few nights ago while you were sailing during your watch. Remember you saw those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the flashing red clouds over a mountain horizon. And then a hum is heard within your bags.
Our bags? All of our bags?
Only some of them, wherever you hold your blood shards.
Haha, 2 3s.
You come down with the
Minnis
2
play
3s.
better.
As Alara goes to reveal your hand, that's when the bags start to hum. And you hear this.
Whoa, hold on.
The blood shards begin to glow. And Armos, so is the gem that Reginald is in. Your Acryla
geez.
shard. What are the 3 of you doing?
Taking out the blood shards, looking at them. Investigate. Arcana check.
Armos, you grab the Acryla shard. Drell, Minnis, what are you doing?
I pull out my rapiers and look around and get ready, just in case.
Okay. Drell?
Yeah, I feel like I just kind of put the egg next to me and I like have it in my little sling and I make sure I like grab my axe and like I guess maybe go. Is there like any windows I can go look out of?
I mean, there's windows all around you.
Yeah,
But
I'll probably just
specifically, are
head
you guys
towards the
doing
window.
anything with the blood shards? As Armos is holding the Acryla shard.
No, I don't think so.
Real quick, did Alara lose that round?
She didn't put down her cards yet, as when this happened, it took her attention away.
Can we say she put down her cards for comedic value?
Nope.
Dang it.
I wanted to kill you, Dan. Minnis, are you picking up any of these gems?
No. I'm just looking at them and I am worried.
Armos, you pick up the Acryla shard, and then the hum grows louder and louder for you. And Minnis and Drell, you see Armos' eyes go completely white, as if they roll to the back of his head. Armos, you hear a voice, deep and dissonant. It is indeed a Christo's voice. You hear these words: "Those who see the truth and worship its grace, those who choose to clasp its purity, those who choose to see its potentials when others call it corruption. Now is your time. Now is your time to reveal yourself and claim what is yours." And this message repeats over and over and over. Minnis and Drell, you just see Armos staring with the white of his eyes illuminating over the gem, and it keeps replaying in your mind. A solid minute passes and Armos does not move, and that is where we're going to end this week's session.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Help.
We made it back to the mainland. Congratulations, guys.
Oh, man.
God, we can't even have one night of nothing happening. Just want one good night of sleep.
Oh, what do you mean? Just go to bed. Armos is dealing with it.
Yeah, I got this.
True.
Armos is dealing with it.
True.
It was a good episode. I like how it ended.
It was a fun one. I'm glad we got Drell back.
Yeah,
Got
no
Drell
kidding.
back. Yeah. Drell, welcome back.
Oh, thank you so much.
With this new egg. I gotta look up what the word
With this
embezzle
new egg.
means.
Embezzle.
Oh,
Beveled
man.
is like where
Beveled,
it's like
that's what I
was
wanted to
rounded
be.
on the sides.
Yes.
So I don't even think that that's the right word.
It is
that what
not.
we're talking about?
No, I
A
would have looked.
deviled egg. Deviled eggs are delicious.
I love deviled. Yo, no joke. I could fucking eat a whole tray of deviled eggs. That's 24 deviled eggs if you think about it. Because you take a dozen and you cut them in half, and then you put the filling in
math.
there. That's 24 deviled eggs. Easy snack. I fucking love deviled eggs.
Or like savory. Can't think of simple words right now.
Unless it's like they over boil the egg, that's when it's ruined because then it tastes a little rubbery. But man, if you soft boil that bad boy, perfect. Oh man, good deviled egg. Woo! But you know the deal. We had a good session. Some ominous stuff happening. We got Drell back. We got some new items. By the way, Drell, they looted some items and didn't tell you. No, throw that tidbit out so you guys can argue in the after show. Yeah.
Yeah, nice surprise.
You guys didn't tell them about what you looted, which is funny. Keeping all the gold.
Yeah, they were trying to keep all that shit to themselves. Yeah,
Wow,
Next
exposed. Table talking,
Nice,
man.
dude.
Wow.
Metagaming, I love it.
Right?
You'll see one of them immediately, maybe. Depends on what happens.
So, with that said, does anybody have any recommendations before we go into the Patreon supporters?
I think Drell should go.
We got any recs? Got any recs?
Wait, I thought we all had one. I thought we were talking about before we started recording.
I don't think I have one.
I just started watching Primal, and I
there it
finished Primal. Absolutely amazing animated show on HBO Max. I guess it's just called Max now, but it's
Max. Yeah.
I thought one of you had mentioned it before, but I could be wrong. It's about a kind of like a caveman who's like really jacked, and he ends up, I'm not going to spoil too much, but the whole point of the show is that he teams up with a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and they go around surviving together.
Maybe you just you thought about me and you thought maybe I recommended it to you. This is like very up my alley. Jacked guy with a dinosaur. Yeah, you know how it is.
The dinosaur, old username coming back.
No! Don't tell people that. They don't need to see the videos. If you know, you know. If you're
you may
under
have heard
18,
a
please don't
bleep
look.
during the show, but in the Discord, we'll share all the videos. Don't worry.
No, wait.
So definitely go watch Primal. I will say it's definitely it's definitely a mature animated show, so 18 and up kind of show. But one of the weirdest endings of a show I've ever seen for season 2. So if you watch it, let me know if you do think it's as weird as I thought it was. But that's my recommendation, everybody.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
It's a good rec. Solid rec. I like it. And we're going to go ahead and go on to the Patreon supporters. Everybody, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you next time. Give a very primal goodbye, everybody.
Well, Primal, he doesn't talk, so it'd just be, There you go.
Say goodbye, Alec. Say goodbye, Alec.
Okay, or don't.
Say goodbye.
It's fine.
Wow. Look at this dude. He doesn't even say
Or
goodbye.
just, check
Shame
out
him.
before the episodes come.
Shame him. He doesn't care.
Shun.
Shun the non-believer.
This guy's like maids probably just came to like clean his room or something or shame him. Dear patrons, I'm writing you today to say thank you for your love and support. You are my bestest friends in the world, and as a token of my appreciation, I have shipped you each a small gift or two. Send Aotetera my kind regards when he delivers them. And don't tell Lord Baron I found his secret stash of magic envelopes. Anyway, let's begin with the Shadow Smugglers. Sir Mr. Nightman the Dread, I know we didn't get along very well back in the Kimbuki Isles. Also, I don't know if you made it out alive. If you were alive to begin with. But if you did, please accept this epic painting of you fighting a gnoll next to Drell. It was my first time using water cantrips, so please don't judge too hard. Hopefully the FFCS magic locates you. Alara Dawnstar, I have crafted you a magical score tracker for the next time we play cards again. The artificers at Lord Baron's Divider did most of the tinkering, but the design was all me. I hope you like the carvings on the wood. I tried my best to mimic the designs on your mask. I'm training hard, so next time you won't beat me so easily. Mr. Reese, I have read up on common journalism practices after meeting you and even got some great notes from my girlfriend, my friend Numi. To atone for my note-ripping misdeeds, I have included a new set of quills, one of Numi's finest notebooks, and 50 parchment pads that when you run your thumb over the edges, it looks like Anma squashing a raptor. I call it a flap book, because it sounds like the flapping of a buzzard bird. Julius Kendrick. I'm writing to inform you that the next time we see you, we will capture you and bring you to justice. In this box are all the broken bits of the mace I stole from you as proof of how serious I am. I broke it myself to send a message, and definitely not because I accidentally zapped it into evil magic. Next are the Blood Shard Bandits. Whether we like it or not, we've heard tell that people all across Umbrea are taking on our name. Some to perform good deeds, but some to cause mischief and besmirch our names. First is Morgan Ulthil. I hope your fox likes biscuits, because I have my mom make up 24 of them. You need your energy when you're out fighting evil, so eat up. For you, she made some Minotaur energy balls. It's got oats, cashew butter, honey, and chocolate shavings mixed in. Artemis, I really enjoyed our birthday bash last time I saw you, and I hope we can have more in the future. To thank you for protecting Kemi Joe during your travels, I have sent you a special brew that should help you even more. Please don't tell Drell. He gave it to me as a gift, but I already have resistance to normal damage type, so, yeah. Tanner Smith, I don't really know what you like yet, but I heard you have made a name for yourself in South Trillis. I didn't have a lot of green fabric left, but hopefully this Blood Shard Bandits patch finds its way safely to you. There is some sap on the back, and it adheres to whatever you put it on when you wave a torch over it. Warden, I heard you are making a name for yourself as an accomplished fighter. Inside this envelope is a morning calisthenics routine that Drell and I made together. It will help make you a more flexible warrior as you dive, dip, duck, dive, and dodge enemy attacks. Rommel, it must be tough being a tree creature. Just in case you ever find yourself marooned somewhere with no soil around, I've sewn together an emergency sack of soil. What you're going to do is you're going to place it inside your branch body and take it out just in case you're not even close to land. Hello, Rains. I heard you may have resurfaced and are somehow still alive after our battle in the sewers. Inside is a bag full of dead flies that my Sids collected. If you leave the townsfolk of Aramor alone, I will send you a monthly installment of grubs. Sly, you have proven yourself worthy to become a Blood Shard Bandit. I heard about your amazing were-raccoon transformation, so you will fit right in with Drell. Inside, you will also find Sid of the Moon. He is one of my Sids that got bit by a were-beetle, and he will be aiding you in your next mission. Please also read the detailed mission notes below. And now we have the Sidget College alumni. These gifts should help you in your studies. Also, don't let these gifts sway your decision, but I would love to be your commencement speaker for the graduation ceremony next year, so if you could cast your vote for Minnis PebbleWalker of the Ivory Boulders, that would be great. Andrew Hall! I was never the smartest Minotaur, but I did take lots of notes as I traveled through Umbrea. Here is what I call Minnis's Beginner's Guide to Ranger Magic. I don't know if it actually applies to any of your classes, but it couldn't hurt to learn. Patrick Wennerstrom, or I should use your stage name, Punk. I heard you smashed your last loot at the Battle of the Bards competition, so here's a new one I found in San Lo, made by a Minotaur Bard. The Minotaur writing you see on the fretboard says, Rock and Knoll. Please handle it with care. Robit, please do not throw the pebbles away. This is a squadron of microsids that I sent to aid your bread people in the Battle of Whole Grain Bay. May they serve you well. St. Chaos, I heard you made it out of jail and are working with the winery at Lelouch's Farm and Vineyard. Inside are some berries, though I'm not sure they stayed fresh during transport, so apologies in advance if you smell this letter before you read it. Sergio Rodriguez, you may be a Red Guard, but I heard you saved Sid Sr. from a wolf during one of his recruitment missions. Here are some blood shards I may have taken from Armos when he wasn't looking that you can turn in for a promotion. Let's call that even. And last but not least are Humbrea's heroes. I sent a gift basket to the guild hall with a ton of stuff I think you'll all enjoy. John Carroll and Tom Tully, I heard you were pretty new to the guild, so I put some quills and parchment so you can take notes. For Alec's Dread, I sent you some manacles to bind your next villain. Will Miller, aka Isker Storm, you will find a special oil mixture to shine your scales. For Johnny Tar, please accept this old hand axe to aid you on your adventures. Odamel, I hope you like these flowers. I thought they might look nice in your braids. And for Man with Glass, I found an old glass blowing kit in a dungeon. Perhaps you can make good use of it. I can't thank you all enough for aiding us in our quest. If you would like to join us in any capacity, please head on over to patreon.com/DND404. Love, Minnis PebbleWalker.